Hey everyone, it is Gills, the postgame talk out here in Waco. This K-State falls to Baylor 70-62. This is now 6 losses in a row for the Wildcats and a 15-game road losing streak for this program under Jerome Tang dating back to last season. Real quick here, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff really feeds that algorithm. It helps us reach more K-Staters, but K-State had this one. K-State had Baylor right where it wanted. A lead for, K-State held a lead for a majority of this game and let it slip away into the second half. And, some games in the Big 12 on the road, you have no chance to win, right? You lose by double digits from start to finish. You're just beat. This was one of those games where you had a chance to win. You had a true, now maybe at the very end it had gotten away from Kansas State, but for most of this game, I think K-State led for 28 minutes or something. K-State had every chance in the world to sustain its lead. And like we've seen a number of times this year, K-State, I don't know if collapse is the right word to use, but K-State just falls apart at the end. Wildcats didn't hit a single field goal for the final 3:25 of this game. Baylor was 7 of its last 7 from the field. And a lot of those points late for Baylor did come from the free throw line. But, K-State couldn't score, and K-State could not keep Baylor from scoring in crunch time when it truly mattered most. And, this one had all the signs of a win. For the first, 30 minutes or so, K-State was playing some pretty good basketball. They were playing with good energy. They were playing connected, but as has been kind of the Achilles heel for this team, they let it slip away late. And it had been such a staple for Jerome Tang and his teams, his program, to win games late, especially in overtime. We remember the numbers from his first couple of years. They just haven't been at that level this season. And Jerome Tang's remains optimistic. His post-game presser was obviously different because this is homecoming to Waco, but other than that, it was the same message that it's been all season. Win or lose, they flush it, they move on. He's remaining positive, and that's who Jerome Tang is. I'm not going to fault him for that, but this team, just isn't executing late the way it needs to. And, they came out, had an okay start, and then kind of built a nice lead up against Baylor, forced Scott Drew into a timeout early on in the second half, and, you thought, wow, K-State might run away with this one. Doug McDaniel was scoring with ease in the first half. Ugo and Yenso, continuing to kind of provide that presence at the rim. And I could go on and on about, the reasons, the guys that gave us hope for this being the game for K-State to get over the hump. But, in the second half, I'd have to quadruple check the film and look at the plays. But there was two times in the final 10 minutes where Baylor didn't score, came up empty, right? There was the final possession of the game where they let the clock run out, and then there was a turnover at some point. I don't know if it was a fumbled out of bounds after a rebound or what, but Baylor, it was either one or two possessions in the final 10 minutes that it didn't score or have a chance to put up points at the free throw line. And so that's a problem. K-State offensively, I think you can be frustrated with the lack of scoring. That's shots are not going to fall sometimes. Sometimes they fall, right? That is what it is. And defensively, to let Baylor just continue to score like that after the blueprint was there for most of the game to stop them, keep them in check. And maybe Baylor just missed shots early on. Who knows what the real truth is there? But execution late just has to be better. Fans are not interested in any sort of moral victory. And, one can't deny this team is taking the right strides, the right steps. But wins are wins and losses are losses. And that's what you're ultimately, that's the final, one thing that matters here in this, in college basketball. And K-State's now lost, like I said, 6 in a row. Doesn't get any easier. West Virginia comes to Manhattan on Saturday, and that's a program, that's a team that's a team whose quality wins go head to head with any in the country. I mean, they have beaten some really good teams. They've got an impressive list of victories on that resume right now. So they're winners. West Virginia knows how to win. Especially, on the road. They beat KU in Allen Fieldhouse. They beat Iowa State here recently in Morgantown. And, K-State's going to have its hands full moving forward as the Cats will return back to Manhattan on Saturday to face West Virginia. But here in Waco, K-State comes up short in a game that they thought they had and then let slip away late.